300.
Well, a scout suggested to me they thought he could get $300 million. Most people thought north of $200, which makes sense to me because the last big Japanese pitcher to come over was Masahiro Tanaka, and he got $175 million between the posting and his salary. And this guy will be younger and perceived as better, and the money has only gone up in the sport. So I imagine that the number is going to start at minimum with a 2, and the commitment could be longer. I mean, if he gets a 10-year commitment, is it outrageous to think he could get 10 at 300? Because you're getting more potentially than a pitcher. I mean, this is a unique guy. I mean, somebody invoked the name Babe Ruth because he's the best pitcher there. And in 350 plate appearances, he had 22 homers. He had over 1,000 OPS. He won the All-Star Game home run derby, right? Like this,
it gets better and better.
He is.
I love this guy.
Like, you know, it's like as if Clayton Kershaw and Mike Trout were one person over there. It's him.
That's a good movie.
You know?
Right. We actually looked up Babe Ruth. In 1918, 1919, he was actually doing a bit of both, transition to just being a full-time pitcher. But can that be done in this day and age? Can you be a two-way player?
If it's possible, it's going to take someone like him to do it. And the financial side of it, are you willing to risk that on an everyday basis by putting him in the lineup?
But you talk about a competitive advantage where you have a above league average, let's say above U.S. league average slugger, who's also pitching when you figure he's going to be a top shelf pitcher. Wow. That really works, right?
Yeah, oh, it does. It plays tremendously. When you think about what he's going to be able to do, he's only 22 years old, and he's only going to get better. That's the way you look at it, right? When he learns how to hit at a higher level than being in the major leagues. Over in Japan, yeah, he's doing everything possible. You're talking about a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, a 94-mile-an-hour split finger. He has all the tools on both sides of it. It's like being in a video game and turning everything up to max. This is what you get out of this guy.
That is well, I would ask this question, Brian. It's just an analytic question that comes to mind right now. Last year, Zach Greinke got 6 years of $206.5 million. What if we told you one of the advantages was, hey, by the way, on the days he plays in a National League ballpark, he might be able to hit fifth in your lineup also. Like, or six, like in other words, like would you then say,
what's
hey,
is
that 6 at 250 then, if he's also that? And by the way, he could pinch hit or play the outfield on a day where you really need him. I mean, the question is, does he go to a National League team because of that? Do National League teams value him? Or does an American League team say to him, hey, you could pitch and twice a week DH.
American League team.
Keep in mind, this is something important to keep in mind with this player. Out of high school, he said publicly, I want to go play in the North American major leagues. The Yankees and Red Sox were very on this player. He was the #1 player in the country. Nippon Ham took him in their draft and promised him and said, I don't think the American teams will let you play both ways. We will, and that was the lure to keep him in his country. I think to sign him here, and we believe he's going to come next offseason, I think a team is going to have to tell him there's at-bats besides 30 starts.
Yeah, willing to do that. Does he play shortstop, too? Like is it like Little League, where he's just the biggest kid on the field? He plays shortstop,
This is a dream talent. I mean, this is a dream talent here. Movies are made out of this, okay? Yeah. But this is reality all of a sudden. But, yes, I think an American League team would make perfect sense, okay? Why not take advantage of this incredible ball player who can just crush baseballs and throw 100 miles per hour? So I pitch him. When he's off, he's DHing. There you go. There you have it. That's the way to work.
And he could just hit in the American League, too, because you don't have to have a DH. Or you have to have a DH, but he could be in that DH spot.
Right. I mean, on the day he pitches, and then you just have a roving DH once he comes out of the game.
Again, we talked about this yesterday on the show briefly, where I told Ron Darling, I said, I hope he never comes here, because just thinking of him has to be better than the real guy. No, but next year. They
believe that next year he will be posted. They're waiting for a new posting. The current posting system expires, I believe, December 1st, 2017, and so the team wants to wait to see if the posting fees goes up so they could get more money for him when they bring him over.
The money should be funneled to the player, don't you think? I mean, that whole system.
Well, except for like if the Angels, like all of a sudden Japan wanted to poach Mike Trout, the Angels should have a right to say, like, you've got to give us some money and let him go before free agency.
If he's under contract, but if his contract is up, his contract's not up.
No, he's not up. He would not be a free agent.
Okay. All right.
Joe, so what we're trying to say is that we have a whole entire year to grow the legend. This is great.
Yes. I think we've done a good job starting today.
Doing our best. When we come back.